So, so far we have discussed the various circuit elements, the voltage source, current source, resistance, inductance, and capacitance. Now we'll be talking about basic circuit laws first of all. Okay, so these are the basic laws that uh, govern electric circuits. First of all, we have the Ohm's law. We have already discussed this somewhat. Ohm's law basically relates the voltage and current. It relates voltage and current through a term that is resistance. We know that from Ohm's law, V is equal to IR. Fine. Where R is the resistance of any element that actually offers opposition to the flow of current. So this is the basic circuit law that we'll be dealing with. It is applicable to linear circuits. For nonlinear circuits, this law does not hold, but in our course, what we'll be doing is we'll be mainly focusing around linear circuits. We'll be talking about linear circuits only. We'll not be dealing with non-linear circuits. So for us, this equation is going to hold true for um, almost all of the cases. Fine. Uh, Talking about resistance, if resistance of any circuit is zero, uh, the unit of resistance is ohms, denoted by this symbol. So if resistance of any circuit is equal to 0 ohms, that means such a circuit is actually a short circuit. Right? So if a voltage source applied to a short circuit, resistance of this element, or you can say this particular circuit here, is equal to 0. And if resistance is equal to 0, current will be equal to infinity. So actually that circuit will burn out if we are simply shorting two ends of terminals across the voltage source. That resistance offered is 0, current will be infinite, so it will lead to a short circuit. And if resistance of any circuit is infinite, right, such a circuit is an open circuit, denoted like this. So resistance here is infinity. That means it's offering an infinite amount of resistance. And if infinite amount of resistance is being offered, that means current will not flow in such a circuit. So current will be equal to 0 amperes. So this is about short circuit and an open circuit. A short circuit simply where resistance is 0 and current is infinity. An open circuit is a circuit where resistance is infinity and current is equal to 0. The opposite of resistance is known as conductance. Conductance is denoted by the symbol G, and it is equal to 1 by R. So if R is equal to V by I, that is from Ohm's law, from the same equation we can say conductance is equal to I by V. So it's actually an ability of the element to measure how much current is able to flow in a circuit. Fine. And unit of conductance is mho, denoted by the symbol like this. Fine. Or it's also its units are Siemens, denoted simply by S. Fine. So conductance is the ability to measure how much current can flow in a system. It's opposite that of resistance. Fine. So G is equal to I by V. Its units, you can either both these units are SI units, mho as well as Siemens. Mho is denoted by inverted ohm, or Siemens simply denoted by S. Fine. Uh, we are already seen what is the power equation of resistance extra. Now the series combination of resistance. I'm not going into much into these details because I expect you to know all these things. So if you have a number of resistances, you have R1, R2, R3, you have a number of resistances that are connected in series. The equivalent resistance offered by these three is simply equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. Fine. So if there are n number of resistances, the total equivalent resistance and all n of those resistances are in series, then the total equivalent resistance offered by them is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3, so on up to Rn. Fine. And talking about the parallel combination, before that, what happens in a series circuit is that same amount of current will flow through all the resistances, but voltage will be divided across each resistance. So voltage across resistance 1 will be equal to V1, voltage across resistance 2 will be equal to V2, voltage across resistance 3 will be equal to V3, where V1 is equal to I into R1, V2 is equal to I into R2. This is given simply by Ohm's law. V3 is equal to I into R3. So can you admit people who are trying to join? The class has started at 2:15. You are joining at 2:30. This is continuing with the discussion. We are talking about resistance series combination. Simply addition of, you have to add all resistances. That will give you the equivalent resistance offered by a series combination of resistances. And you can, the same current will be flowing through all the resistances, but the voltage will be divided across these resistances. There will be a voltage division. Similarly, we have the parallel combination of resistances. We have a number of resistances that are actually combined parallel to each other, or you can say in a cascaded manner like this. Then the equivalent resistance, R equivalent, how to calculate that? Simply 1 by R equivalent in this case will be equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. Fine, so on. If you have n number of resistances in parallel, then equivalent resistance will be given by 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. So in a parallel combination, if voltage V is applied across one resistance, across all resistances, voltage will be same. Fine. In a series combination, same amount of current is flowing through all resistances. In a parallel combination, same amount of voltage will be applicable across all the resistances. But as far as current is concerned, I, that will be divided in each resistance. So I1 will be flowing through here, I2 will be flowing through here, I3 current will be flowing through here, and I1, I2, I3, you can calculate them again through Ohm's law. I1 will be equal to V divided by R1, I2 will be equal to V divided by R2, I3 will be equal to V divided by R3. So this is about series and parallel combination of resistances, and from Ohm's law we have actually tried to derive the value of voltage across each resistance in series combination and value of current across each resistance in a parallel combination. So we'll now take up KCL and KVL. We'll try to understand what KCL and KVL is. Two more circuit laws, fundamental circuit laws. These three circuit laws, that is the Ohm's law, Kirchhoff's current law, that's KCL, and Kirchhoff's voltage law, that's KVL. These form the fundamental laws of any electrical circuit. So before we jump into KCL and KVL, let me uh, tell you about three terms that are associated with an electric circuit: nodes, branch, loops. There are also meshes, but we'll see that later. So node, branch, and loop. So what is a branch first of all?
Sir, can you make me a presenter so I can join people who are asking? Sir, I raised my hand. You can make me a presenter.
I have already made you the presenter. So branch. So first of all, branch simply represents one element in a one circuit element. It represents one circuit element. So you can see now that circuit element can be a voltage source, a current source, a resistance, inductance, capacitance. For us right now, these are the five important circuit elements. It can be a diode, switch, extra, also those things, but we are dealing with only these five circuit elements for this particular course. So a branch represents only one circuit element. So if you have a branch, if you have a circuit element here, so this here represents one branch, this here represents another branch, this is your third branch in the circuit, this is your fourth branch, this is your fifth branch. Fine. So if there is no circuit element present at any location, that is not a branch. So there is no circuit element here, the one shown in red, it is not a branch. Similarly, this one here. So there has to be a circuit element and you can identify that as a branch. Fine. But you can say that this whole, uh, this combined can be called as a branch. That much is fine. So it represents only one circuit element. So branch represents a single circuit element in an electrical circuit. Fine. Then you have node. It simply represents the terminals of the branch, or you can say it is the connection between two branches. Fine. Going back to this circuit. Uh, so we have all these all these uh, encircled in green, they are a branch. So if one branch and another branch is meeting at this particular point, they are meeting at this particular point. So this will represent a node here. This this green branch and this green branch, they are meeting at this particular point. So this is also a node here. Simultaneously, this branch and this particular branch, they are also meeting here. So you can identify all these points where branches are meeting. So you can have connection between two connection between multiple. It's not actually necessary two branches. Connection between two or more branches. Fine. So you can have two branch, three branch, four branch, a multiple number of branches meeting at a particular point. So that is known as a node. So in this particular case, also all these four branches that are encircled in the green, these this these four branches, they are meeting at one point. So this will also be a node here. Fine. So this is also a node. So you can say this complete uh, wire, or it can actually be only one single point. It is also a node. So you can draw that node at any place. We can say this particular point is a node as well. Fine. So in this particular circuit, you are seeing there are five branches and there are three nodes. Fine. Then you have finally a loop. Now loop is a closed path. So this particular circuit has a number of closed paths. So this is one closed path. This is another closed path. This is a third closed path. These two combined make one closed path. These two combined make another closed path. All these three combined make another closed path. So there will also be, so there are actually six, uh, six closed paths in this case. For this particular case, we have identified there are five branches, there are three nodes, and we have also identified uh, six closed paths. Hello, sir. Your voice is not coming.
सर नोट्स तो चार है ना?
One, two, three.
सर जंक्शन नोड ही जंक्शन को ही तो नोड बोलते हैं सर। ये आपने इधर वाला में मार्क करा। सर 5 ब्रांच कैसे है?
फाइव ब्रांच तो हैं, एक दो तीन चार पांच नोड्स।
तो नहीं हो रहा। तीन ही नोट्स हैं सर। नोट थ्री नोट नोट्स चार होंगे सर। तीन होंगे। तीन नोट।
Branches are in green. One, two, three, four, five. Fine.
Yes, sir.
Nodes, they are in red. One, two, three. Fine.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
There is no other node. And you have loops. The smallest loop in a circuit is actually also known as mesh. We can identify them as this is one.
One, two, three.
Fine.
चाहिए सर। ठीक है। ओके डन सर। Done, sir. Let's move on.
Now there is a formula that actually
Between Johnson and Node.
hmm? smallest
Sir, is there
loop.
any difference between junction and
There
node?
is no difference between junction and node. What we call it as a node, it is referred to as a node. Now, the smallest loop in a circuit is actually known as mesh. We are trying to identify only them at this point, particular point. But this whole, ये मैंने अभी यहाँ पे नहीं दिखाया. This whole can also be called as a loop. Fine, but I am not going to represent that right now. Now, if I say that B will be denoted by small b, n will be denoted by small n, and loop will be denoted by small l, then there is a formula that relates all these three. B is equal to L plus N minus 1. So if we have identified three loops here, we have identified three nodes here, the number of branches in this circuit have to be 5. That's actually true for this case. अब ये जो formula है B is equal to L plus N minus 1, you can actually mark it as one important formula. So you will see many a times. I don't know whether you have heard about GATE examination, but ये GATE का जो एग्जाम आता है उसमें एक क्वेश्चन you will see this has come a number of times. Identify the number of branches or number of loops or number of nodes if B is equal to this much, L is equal to this much, N is equal to this much. Fine. So based upon this, one numerical probably comes in the GATE examination. B is equal to L plus N minus 1. So we identified branch, loops, and nodes. Now we'll be talking about the Kirchhoff's. We have two laws here, the Kirchhoff's current law and the Kirchhoff's voltage law. So Kirchhoff's current law states that at a particular node, or what you can also refer to as a junction, what you have been referring to as a junction, the number of, so at this particular node, a number of paths, there are a number of branches that are emerging, or there are a number of branches that are actually reciprocating out of this particular node. So from some paths, current is flowing into this node. From various other paths, current is flowing out of this node. So at this particular point, at this particular node, the algebraic sum of all the currents will be equal to 0. Fine. Or in other words, we can say the amount of current entering into a particular node is equal to the amount of current leaving this node. Fine. So you can say that I1 plus I2, the current flowing into this node, is equal to current flowing out of this node, that is I3 plus I4 plus I5. Or you can also say, represent this as I1 plus I2 minus I3 minus I4 minus I5 is equal to 0. Fine. So that's actually summation of all the currents flowing uh,
At a junction.
at a particular junction. The current amount of current is equal to 0, or you can say the sum of currents flowing into a node is equal to the sum of currents flowing out of a node. So this is one law, and another law is the Kirchhoff's voltage law. So in a particular circuit, the algebraic sum of all the voltage across different elements is equal to 0. So if you have a number of elements in a particular circuit, they can be a voltage source, they can be inductances, they can be capacitances, they can be simply resistances. Kirchhoff's voltage law simply states that the algebraic sum of all the voltage around all the elements in a closed path, it is not an open path, will be equal to 0. If this circuit were not closed, it were open, then that voltage would not have been equal to 0. Fine. Now if a current I is flowing through this particular circuit, the resistance of this element, say for example, is R1, resistance of the circuit is R2, then V1 तो ऐसे ही हो गया, V1 in this case can be written as equal to I1 R1, that is the voltage through resistance R1 plus I तो सेम करंट है, मैं भी फर्स्ट रब दिस स्टेटमेंट ताकि आपको कंफ्यूजन ना हो जाए। अभी इसको मैं यहाँ पे V, this is voltage V, fine. When a current I is flowing through this resistance, that means this terminal becomes positive, this terminal will become negative. Similarly, the same amount of current is flowing through this resistance. This is positive, this is negative. So polarity of voltage across VR1 and VR2 will be like this. Fine. So net voltage in this case is equal to V minus VR1 minus VR2, that is equal to 0. Fine. Where VR1,
सर भी होगा या आई होगा?
हाँ, R1 जो है सबस्क्रिप्ट है, ये VR1 V इंटू R1 नहीं है, ये R1 मैंने यहाँ पे सबस्क्रिप्ट लिखा, VR1 मीन्स हेयर वोल्टेज ऑफ रेजिस्टेंस R1, ठीक है, वो IR1 के बराबर है, माइनस VR2, R2 इज सबस्क्रिप्ट ऑफ वोल्टेज V, which is VR2 is equal to I into R2, ठीक है, this is equal to 0. So this is your voltage equation from Kirchhoff's voltage law, that is KVL. Sum of all the voltage across all the circuit elements in a closed path will be equal to 0. Fine.
यस सर।
ठीक है, इन ये आप ऐसे भी बोल सकते हैं, जितनी वोल्टेज आप सप्लाई कर रहे हो, द अमाउंट ऑफ वोल्टेज यू आर सप्लाइंग टू द सर्किट, that will be equal to the voltage that will be consumed by different elements in the circuit.
सर केसीएल और केवीएल में डिफरेंस क्या है?
KCL is summation of I equal to 0 at a particular junction. KVL is summation of voltage equal to 0 in a closed loop. इसमें मतलब सिमिलैरिटी क्या है?
ठीक है।
ठीक है, so before we, there are some more fundamental circuit laws we will have to uh, learn. Before we do that, let's do some simple numericals.
Can you give a proof? Sir, 8 volt and 16 volt. 12. हाँ 12 volt sir. 8 or 12. Sir, V1 is equal to 8 or 12. 2 is equal to 12.
Okay,
Sir,
so
8 or 12.
fine, you have to find V1 and V2.
8 and 12.
Okay, so someone was first asking for proof. Proof to मैं नहीं दे रहा, but I can tell you this thing. There are two laws on which these are based. KCL is based upon the law of conservation of charge. Charge has to remain conserved in a particular charge has to remain as per law of conservation of charge. Amount of charge will remain constant. ठीक है, you can either create or destroy that. So based upon that, in a particular circuit, the algebraic sum of all the charges cannot change. Fine. जितना चार्ज था उतना ही रहेगा, तो उस बेसिस पे आप KCL को डिराइव कर सकते हो सिंपली, बिकॉज I इज रिलेटेड टू चार्ज, करंट इज रिलेटेड टू चार्ज, तो वहां से KCL मिलेगा आपका. जो आपका KVL है, दैट इज एक्चुअली रिलेटेड टू लॉ ऑफ कंजर्वेशन ऑफ एनर्जी. So you cannot again create or you cannot create or destroy energy. जितनी एनर्जी एक पर्टिकुलर सिस्टम में थी उतनी एनर्जी सेव रहेगी. Again from that conservation of energy principle, you can derive KVL. Voltage will have to be constant across all different paths. Fine. तो उसी से आप एक्चुअली वो KCL law of conservation of charge, KVL law of conservation of energy. Now we have to find actually voltage V1 and V2 in this particular circuit. So if a current I is flowing in this circuit, then from KVL, by applying KVL to this particular circuit, voltage V, that is 20, will be equal to, let's actually forget this equal to. जब एक करंट एक रेजिस्टेंस में जाती है तो it leaves the entering the terminal through which current enters, it is positively charged, and the terminal from which current leaves is the negatively charged terminal. Similarly, at this particular point, this becomes positive, this becomes negative. Point. So 20 volts in this case will be equal to 20 minus V1 minus V2 will be equal to 0, or in other words, we can say 20 minus 2 into I minus 2 is the resistance, I is the current flowing through this path, minus 3 into I is equal to 0. So 20 minus 5I is equal to 0, so which implies I is equal to 20 by 5, that is 4 amperes. If I is equal to 4 amperes, V1, that was the voltage across one resistance, it will be equal to 2 into 4, that is 8 volts. V2 will be equal to 2 into 3 into 4, that is equal to 12 volts. Fine. So ये तो सिंपल सा एक सर्किट था. This is 70 volts, 10 ohm, This is 5 ohm. This is 2Vx, where Vx is the voltage across this particular circuit element, that is 10 ohm resistor. So you have to find out find Vx and V नॉट. ठीक है, तो कैसे करेंगे इसको? इसमें अब आपके पास एक डिपेंडेबल वोल्टेज सोर्स है. ठीक है, दिस इज अ डिपेंडेबल वोल्टेज सोर्स here, and since you can look at the configuration, इसमें प्लस माइनस है, that means it voltage source, and since it is dependent upon the voltage, that means you can say that this is a voltage controlled voltage source. और वो वोल्टेज कौन सी वोल्टेज है? वो वोल्टेज अक्रॉस दिस पर्टिकुलर सर्किट एलिमेंट है. ठीक, so let current I flow through this circuit. If a current I is flowing through the circuit by KVL, 70 volts, fine. So starting from here, 70 volts minus the voltage across the 10 ohm resistor, that is Vx, uh, minus 2Vx. 70 minus Vx minus 2Vx uh, plus V naught is equal to 0. ठीक है, तो करंट ऐसे फ्लो हो रही है आपकी. आपको देखना है कि करंट पॉजिटिव टर्मिनल से निकल रही है या नेगेटिव टर्मिनल से निकल रही है. अगर यहाँ पे पॉजिटिव टर्मिनल से निकल रही है, दैट मीन्स दिस इज पॉजिटिव. यहाँ पे करंट नेगेटिव टर्मिनल से निकल रही है, तो ये वोल्टेज नेगेटिव है. यहाँ पे भी करंट नेगेटिव टर्मिनल से निकल रही है, तो ये भी नेगेटिव हो गई. यहाँ पे करंट पॉजिटिव टर्मिनल से निकल रही है, तो ये यहाँ पे पॉजिटिव आ गया. ठीक है, so this is your KVL equation. So from here 70 minus, simple math, we can follow this. तो ये आपकी एक इक्वेशन होगी. Now what is Vx equal to? Vx is the voltage across 10 ohm resistor. It can also be written as 10, that is resistance, into I, current flowing through it. Similarly, V naught is the voltage V naught जो है, that is voltage across the 5 ohm resistor. It will be equal to minus 5 into I. Fine. तो आपके पास Vx 10I के बराबर है, V naught minus 5I के बराबर है. Substituting both these two equations here, you have 3 into 10I minus 5I is equal to 70, which implies 30I plus 5I is equal to 70, that is 35I is equal to 70, I is equal to 2 amperes. So if I is equal to 2 amperes, we have equation number 2, we have equation number 3. Substituting value of I in equation number 2 and 3, Vx is equal to 2 into 10, that is 20 volts. V naught is equal to minus 5 into 2, that is equal to minus 10 volts. पोलैरिटी का ध्यान रखना है, कहाँ पे प्लस लिखना है, कहाँ पे माइनस लिखना है, तो दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. बाकी सर्किट सॉल्व करना इजी होगा अगर आपको, बट यू हैव टू कीप इन माइंड द पोलैरिटी ऑफ ऑल दीज थिंग्स. कहाँ पे प्लस है, कहाँ पे माइनस है. ज़्यादातर प्लस माइनस में ही गड़बड़ हो जाता है और उससे आपका आंसर यू विल गेट, यू इट विल एक्चुअली लीड टू अ रॉन्ग आंसर.
Sir, how V not equals to minus 5i?
सर हम लोग माइनस दोनों जगह यूज किए, वहां भी पोलर हम लोग साइन लिया और यहाँ भी साइन दोनों.
कहाँ पे?
सर वहाँ जब इक्वेशन लिख रहे थे 70 माइनस, तो वहाँ भी सर वी नोट.
कौन सी इक्वेशन बोल रहे हो आप?
Equation number first.
Equation number first, 3vx minus v naught is equal to 70.
हाँ तो वो स्टार्टिंग में 70 माइनस Vx माइनस 2Vx क्या लिखा है?
70 माइनस,
सही है सही है.
सर थर्ड इक्वेशन में V नॉट माइनस 5i कैसे हुआ?
आप पोलैरिटी देख लो, vx की और v naught की जो पोलैरिटी है वो डिफरेंट है. ठीक है, vx प्लस यहाँ से माइनस यहाँ से.
अच्छा हाँ.
ठीक है, v naught जब करंट की डायरेक्शन आप देखोगे सेम करंट की डायरेक्शन में वो माइनस प्लस है.
ओके ओके. तो क्वेश्चन में गिवन होगा नहीं हमेशा हमें पोलैरिटी?
ये तो आप खुद से सेट कर रहे हो ना, दिस इज कन्वेंशन आप यूज कर रहे हो. आपको v naught प्लस माइनस ऐसे रखना है, वो तो अब डिपेंड करेगा ना कि इस पर्टिकुलर क्वेश्चन में वी नॉट की पोलैरिटीज ने ऐसे दी थी तो हमने माइनस 5 लिखा था. ठीक है, तो दिस इज एक्चुअली प्रैक्टिस प्रॉब्लम नंबर 2.6. ठीक है, अनसॉल्व एग्जाम्पल है, अनसॉल्व एग्जाम्पल ऑन अलेक्जेंडर सिडी को. वी नॉट प्लस माइनस इसने ऐसे ही लिखा है, इसने क्वेश्चन में ही ऐसे पुट किया है. ठीक है, मैंने वी नॉट को प्लस माइनस ऐसे नहीं किया. अगर इसने ऐसे नहीं किया होता तो मैं प्लस माइनस ऐसे भी लिख सकता था. ठीक है, if we had not written anything, I would have written
Sir.
V naught like this. Yes.
Sir,
Sir,
can we interchange the sign of B naught and Bx?
अगर क्वेश्चन में नहीं दिया हुआ होगा, आपकी मर्जी आपको क्या लिखना है, बट द फैक्ट इज अगर करंट ऐसे जा रही है ये प्लस होगा, ये माइनस टर्मिनल होगा. करंट यहाँ से ऐसे जा रही है, ये प्लस होगा, ये माइनस होगा. फाइन, दैट इज द कन्वेंशन. अब क्वेश्चन में उसने वहीं से पुट किया है वी नॉट को प्लस माइनस ऐसे, वी एक्स को प्लस माइनस ऐसे, तो मैंने वो उसको वैसे ही लिख दिया.
sir,
यस.
sir, can we change convention? Can we take convention according to self, like voltage rise को negative and voltage drop को positive?
You have to take convention as per the flow of current. If a current is entering a resistance, this terminal is positive, this terminal is negative. So you will denote this voltage like this, fine, unless otherwise specified in the question. Now you can even take it plus minus like this. You can say this voltage of V is across this terminal, even though current is flowing across this. बट जब आप इसको सॉल्व करोगे आपको खाली ये चीज ध्यान में रखना है दैट वी विल बी नेगेटिव नॉट पॉजिटिव. इन दिस केस वी विल बी पॉजिटिव, बट इन दिस केस वी विल बी नेगेटिव एंड यू विल सॉल्व दिस.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
ये चीजें इंपॉर्टेंट है. करंट की डायरेक्शन में रेजिस्टेंस पॉजिटिव नेगेटिव होता है, कैसे वो वोल्टेज पोलैरिटी आप सेट करोगे. इवन दो यू कैन राइट, even though if convention is plus minus, you can put it plus minus like this, but then you have to take it negative. That you have to make sure of that.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है, so you can actually try these different problems, so exam solved as well as unsolved problems on Alexander Sedico, और उसकी जो बुक है वो भी आज मैं आपको भेज देता हूँ।